Hello everyone and welcome back to CraftersMC Skyblock. This is episode 17, I hope you all are doing well. And today we are going to be focusing on upgrading our sword and our bow because we've had both of these weapons for way too many episodes and I think we finally need to upgrade them. As always, we're going to be upgrading a couple more of our minions and trying to max them all out. And I also want to focus on upgrading some of our islands again and just making everything look a little bit nicer. But before we do any of that, we just got some exciting news. The update has just been announced and it looks really cool. If you haven't seen the announcement trailer already, it'll be linked in the description, and it is actually announcing a new update to the village. It is no longer going to be the Lynn village but the Skyline village, which does unfortunately mean we are going to have to say goodbye to this village. But honestly, the one that they showed in the trailer looks like 10 times better and I'm so excited to explore it. It looks like there's going to be a ton of new and upgraded areas, as well as a bunch of NPCs, including a frog NPC that looks amazing. So it is going to be a little sad to say goodbye to this village, but half of it's on fire right now, so it's probably better that we go to a new one. The video also teased some content updates, including fishing, so I'm really excited because that just means so much more content that we can grind for. And all this is happening on April 5th. That is the confirmed update day, which is a little far away. It's a little less than a month away, but I'm fine to wait. We're getting an update and I am so excited. And now we can get to some grinding. If you don't remember last episode, we upgraded our sword with some hot potato books and we can now solo zombie slayers, which means we can upgrade our zombie slayer level a lot easier. And in between episodes, I did a couple more tier 4 zombie slayers and we are now only 5,000 or a little bit less than 5,000 experience away from zombie slayer level 6, which actually unlocks a bunch of cool recipes, including a new sword that I think is a lot better than the Revenant Felion we have now, so I'm really excited to be able to craft that soon. But yeah, I think we have to kill 9 tier 4s, so this is probably gonna take some time. And with one last zombie slayer defeated, we are now at zombie slayer level 6. That was just way too many zombie slayers, but we can now claim the rewards, which are a Revenant Catalyst, the Reaper Felion recipe, a Wand of Restoration recipe, and a Revived Heart recipe, as well as plus 4 permanent health, which probably won't do much, but we can claim all of these rewards. And I think that's enough zombie slayers for right now. We need 100,000 experience to unlock zombie slayer level 7, and we're currently at 40 experience, so that's probably gonna take us a while, and we'll leave that for another day. Now, before we look at what we just unlocked, that did cost us a lot of money to spawn in all of those tier 4 zombie slayers. I think that was like a good 400,000 coins. Thankfully though, I did put some stuff in the auction house in between episodes. Apparently zombie hearts are pretty popular and we have a lot of them, so I think I put 4 in the auction house and they all sold. I did accidentally undersell them a little. I think they usually go for like 200 to 250,000 coins and I only put them for 180 coins, so I lost a little bit of money, but at least this will help us supply, yeah, that's 750,000 coins back, so that will help our bank a little bit. Yeah, we're back up to over 4 million coins, which is a great place to be at. Now we can look at the stuff we unlocked with zombie slayer level 6. So we got this Revenant Catalyst, which I think is part of the recipe to craft the new sword, and that recipe we also just unlocked. It is the Reaper Felion sword, and this looks really cool. It costs a Revenant Felion, a Revenant Catalyst, which we just got, and a Revived Heart, which I think we also just unlocked the recipe for. And I think this is probably one of the first things we need to craft. So a Revived Heart gives a plus 100 health, a plus 35 defense, and plus 100 intelligence, which I think, yeah, it's going to be a lot better than the heart we wear right now. And then we also need another Revived Heart to actually craft the sword, so we're going to need to craft 2 of these. Oh yeah, we also have like way too much Revenant flesh now. This is kind of insane. So we can start off by crafting another crystallized heart, and then if we put that in the middle and then surround it with zombie hearts, we should be able to craft our first revived heart. And then we can grab the other one off of our head, and I think we will have to craft a couple more zombie hearts. And then we can go ahead and craft another revived heart. We're going to use one of these as our helmet so we can enchant it with protection 5 and growth 5. We can also reforge this heart to get some better statistics, and I think we want like a wise heart. Hey, there we go. go, wise. So that gives plus 100 intelligence, which is going to be awesome, and a little bit more health and speed as well. And now we can look at crafting this new sword. Other than it just looking really cool, it gives plus 120 damage, plus 120 strength, and it also gives plus 50 crit damage. Oh, it also regenerates 10 hearts per hit, and it deals 200% more damage to zombies. That is so good. Yeah, just looking at the statistics for the Revenant Felion that we have now, this is a lot better. So we can start by crafting it, which again just takes the Revived Heart, the Revenant Catalyst, and our Revenant Felion, and there we go. We now have the Reaper Felion. Oh my goodness. Okay, actually it looks super cool with this armor set on. It also kept the enchants and the hot potato books from the Revenant Felion, so we don't have to get like another 10 hot potato books, which I'm so thankful for, which means this should already be fully maxed out. So I guess let's go test it out. And I know I did say that I was done doing zombie slayers, but I do just want to try one more tier 4 and see if we can kill it any faster. Okay, we are currently doing 14,000 first hit crit damage with this sword, which is I think twice as much damage as we were doing with the Revenant Felion. So yeah, this sword is actually just so good. But I guess this will put it to the test that we can spawn in a tier 4 zombie slayer and see how fast we defeat this. Oh, the 10 heart regeneration per hit actually helps a really decent amount. This, I don't even have to use my healing wand as much. Yeah, for the most part, we're staying like almost pretty much full health, which is amazing. And he's already at half health, although, oh, that's a little bit of damage. And with a couple more hits, there we go. That was definitely a lot faster than it used to be. And we now have only 99,500 more experience to go to get to Zombie Slayer level 7. Okay, I was actually gonna move on, but I kind of want to stay down here in the caves for a second and kill a couple more zombies because our Revenant armor is pretty close to upgrading. We're currently about 180 zombie kills away until we upgrade this armor set and get a little bit more defense, which I think would also be pretty nice when fighting more zombie slayers. 180 kills is really just not that much, and we have this entire cave to ourselves, so this shouldn't take too long at all. And there we go, all of our armor has been upgraded. We now get plus 200 defense on our chest plate and our pants, and we get plus 180 defense on our boots. Now we're gonna take a little bit of a break from upgrading our weapons to focusing on our minions, specifically our obsidian minion first, because he is so close to maxing out. We need 8 stacks of enchanted obsidian to upgrade this guy, and we're currently at 7, so I think we're gonna spend a little bit of time and mine up one more stack of enchanted obsidian. We're also gonna craft a new pickaxe to help us out a little bit. If we check our mining recipes, we should find a pickaxe. Oh, it's in combat recipes. It's the zombie pickaxe, and it shouldn't... Yeah, this is really easy to craft. And there is one zombie pickaxe acquired. It gives haste 2 for 5 seconds when mining ores, which I think will help us a bunch with mining obsidian. Although I might be wrong here because it only provides iron breaking power and not diamonds, so this might be slower, but I guess we can test it out. This will be a good test. We can also put efficiency, fortune, and telekinesis on it, and then we can head into the deep caverns and mine up some obsidian. Obviously the first one is going to take a little bit of time, but I'm hoping when it gives us the haste effect it will be a lot faster. Alrighty, maybe not. This is taking way too long. It's been like a minute and I'm still mining the same piece of obsidian. Am I even mining it? I was breaking it. That was like 3 minutes. Okay, this is just not worth it at all. Okay, it was a good experiment, but it didn't work out at all. I think that's probably better for mining cobblestone, so instead we're just gonna use our mining set, which I guess we can also upgrade with like protection, although yeah, we'll just do protection 5. Yeah, this is like 10 times faster. I probably should have just stuck with this. Well, I immediately regret doing that. Obsidian takes way too long to mine, but we now have 6 and a little bit stacks of enchanted obsidian, and then if we pick up the rest of the obsidian from our obsidian minion, we should be able to fully max out our obsidian minion. And I don't think we're really gonna be needing obsidian anytime soon, so I think we're gonna pick him up and replace him with a birch minion just to get a bunch of birch logs. Also, when we were mining the obsidian, I had to kill a bunch of those like fly flyy magma cube guys that are in the golem's den because they were really annoying, and one of them actually dropped an enchanted book. I didn't even know this was possible. It was like a 0.2% drop rate, but this increases the maximum target count of the boomerang by 1. We don't even have the boomerang yet, so it's probably not that useful, but it is still really cool that we got it, and I think we'll just keep it for right now and then maybe apply it to a boomerang if we ever get one. Now, let's look at upgrading our bow because it currently does 40 damage and is really not that good. Other than it shooting really fast, this bow is not very good at all, and this upgrade is way overdue, so let's get started. Now, if we go to recipes and look at our combat recipes, there's actually a bunch of different projectiles that we could upgrade to. The first one being the Flamarang, which we actually might craft just because we did just get that enchanted book. There is also the Hurricane bow, which costs a lot of enchanted bones, but this bow is actually really good. It does plus 120 damage and plus 50 strength. The other really cool part about this bow is as you kill more enemies, it upgrades. So like after 20 kills, it upgrades to double shot, and I guess it would probably go to triple shot and maybe more damage. There is also the explosive bow, which as the name suggests, it explodes on impact. And then there's two more bows that we haven't even unlocked the recipes to yet. We have the magma bow that takes a magma cream and does double damage per shot. And then the Runin's bow, which is very expensive. It's 3 stacks of enchanted bones and 3 stacks of enchanted strings, but it shoots 3 arrows at a time and does a ton of damage. There's also the frozen scythe in mining recipes, but it costs a stack of enchanted packed ice, which is insanely expensive, so I don't think we're gonna get around to crafting that in this episode. But I definitely do want to craft a couple of these bows and check them out and see which one is better. So we already have the hurricane bow and the explosive bow recipes unlocked. And last episode, we actually placed down both a skeleton and magma cube minion, so I'm hoping if we check some of their resources, we should have, yeah, a decent amount of enchanted resources. And I'm hoping if we pick up these bones, that should, yeah, that unlocks the Runin's bow recipe. Okay, yeah, we also have a ton of enchanted magma cream, so if we pick up that, we should also unlock the magma bow recipe. If we check our recipe book now as well, that means we have all of the combat recipes and all of the forging recipes unlocked, so we're getting close to finally unlocking every single recipe in this game. But yeah, for these bows, we're definitely gonna need a bunch of enchanted string, and I think we're also gonna need normal string, although we don't have any. Thankfully though, there should still be some in our dropper, so we can grab a little bit more string. And then I guess we can start crafting. So the first one I want to go for is the magma cream bow, which is 3 stacks of enchanted magma cream and then I think some string. Okay, never mind. It is a couple pieces of enchanted string, and there is the magma bow. The explosive bow needs 3 enchanted firework rockets, which we've never actually crafted before, but we do need some paper for them. Then with a stack of enchanted gunpowder and some paper, we are able to craft an enchanted firework. And then using 3 enchanted fireworks and some string, we are able to craft the explosive bow. And then now we have the choice to either craft a Runin's bow or a hurricane bow because we don't have enough enchanted bones for both of them. And I'm kind of leaning towards the hurricane bow more, not only just because it's a lot less expensive than the Runin's bow, but I think it's honestly a lot better. Oh, okay, I really don't know if the Runin's bow is better. Okay, I think we're just gonna do the hurricane bow for this episode. Like, obviously, probably by next episode, we'll have enough enchanted bones to be able to craft the Runin's bow as well. So if this bow isn't as good as I hope, then we can obviously just craft the Runin's bow next episode and upgrade it. But yeah, let's craft the hurricane bow. Also, just because we have so much enchanted gunpowder at the moment and pretty much no use for it, I kind of want to craft with something called creeper pants. These are probably not going to be useful whatsoever, but who doesn't want creeper pants, right? We obviously have to craft them. They do plus 200 health and plus 65 defense. And when we have less than 20 health, it creates an explosion. So we definitely have to try these out. All right, so the first one is the magma bow, which does 2 times damage per shot when it uses a magma cream. And we have some magma cream in our inventory, so we can test this out. The one thing I did really like about the short bow is that we didn't have to draw back our bow. It literally just shot so fast, but here we go. Let's try it out. That did 3,000 damage. First hit, that's not bad. I do have to get used to using a normal bow again, though. It's been a while. And then without magma cream, it does over 1.5 thousand damage, which is still pretty decent, but obviously we'll probably always be using magma cream if we use this bow. Next up is the explosive bow, which creates an explosion upon impact. I don't know if this is going to be the bow we use, but yeah, it does explode on impact just as it says. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. You don't even have to hit an entity and it'll they'll still explode. So like I can miss that guy and he'll still die. And then the last bow is the Hurricane Bow, which does the most damage out of all of these, but doesn't do as much strength as the Magma Bow, but over time it will upgrade. So I guess we can just try it out. It does, yeah, pretty much the same damage as both the Explosive and Magma Bow, but I'm hoping if we get 20 kills with this, we can unlock the first upgrade at least. And there we go, our bow has now been upgraded to double shot, which I think literally just shoots double arrows if this works. There we go. Yeah, I think, does that? Yeah, that shoots double arrows. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then with another 30 kills, we've unlocked a triple bow, which, as the name suggests, I think that shoots 3 arrows. Oh, wow, okay, and then with another 50 kills, we get quadruple shot. That's a lot of arrows. But yeah, overall, I kind of like the Magma Bow the best, just because it's the most simple, and it also does, like, way more damage if we have Magma Cream in our inventory. So let's craft some Grand Experience bottles and get a bunch more experience. And then we can enchant it with Power 5. Flame 1, Snipe, which makes arrows deal 1% more damage for every 10 blocks they travel, and Infinite Quiver 5. We can also reforge it using the Blacksmith. Yeah, I think we might stick with Unreal because it gives a bunch of critical damage, which is really nice. Also, that might be one of the last times we ever use that Blacksmith in this village, which is kind of sad to think about. And this bow does now almost 5,000 damage on first hit critical, which is pretty good for a bow. Now, since we're already in the deep caverns, I kind of want to try and craft this Flamarang. It's a pretty easy recipe. It's just enchanted diamonds and enchanted blaze powder, but we also need a fire fragment. And the only way to get a fire fragment is by killing these heart igniters, which are very annoying to kill. I think it's also only a 0.05% chance to actually drop a fire fragment, which is extremely low. But with this new bow, we are able to one-shot heart igniters, which should make this a lot faster. Oh, wait, oh, no way. Dude, what? What just happened? We got it on our, like, 3rd attempt. I thought that was gonna take over an hour. Yeah, it's an extremely rare drop, a 0.05% drop chance. That's crazy. Okay, what are the chances? I didn't even think we were gonna get it in this episode. I also just quickly want to test out these creeper pants because why not? So if we get under 20 HP, we should just, like, blow up. Any second now? Okay, I did hear an explosion, but we also just died immediately, so honestly, these are probably the best armor in this game. Okay, looking at our enchanted blaze powder, we only have 8 of them and we need 16. So I think we're gonna spend a little bit of time killing a bunch of these fire envoys to get enough blaze powder. And I guess we can also try and get a second fire fragment while we're here. Well, no luck getting a second fire fragment, but we do now have enough enchanted blaze powder to make the Flamarang. So it takes 16 enchanted blaze powder, a bunch of enchanted diamonds, and then the fire fragment in the middle, and there we go, we are able to craft the Flamarang. Hey, that was an achievement as well, nice. I didn't even really look at the statistics, but it does 160 damage and plus 80 strength. It also ignites the enemy's hit for 5 seconds, and of course it's a boomerang, so when you throw it, it comes back to you. Wait, this is actually really fun to use. And even when we miss an enemy on the first throw, it should come back and yeah, still kill them, which is amazing. The damage isn't really bad either, so I guess we'll keep this. I don't think it's better than the Magma Bow, but it is, as I said, really fun to use. We can head back to our island and clear out our inventory a little bit. Next up, I kind of want to take a little bit of a break from grinding and actually focus on building and making our island look even better. I'm pretty sure when I made these islands, I said I was gonna work on making the lower part of the islands look better, and then I never really did it. They're all just like completely stone and it looks pretty dull. So I kind of want to spend even just a little bit of time texturing some of these bottom islands, kind of like the Portal Island does. I'm really hoping when the update comes out in less than a month, they add some like new items and blocks that we can build with, because like building with Deep Slate and all of like the new blocks would be really cool to have on the island. But for right now, we'll have to work with what we have, so we can buy a little bit of mossy cobblestone and maybe some like gravel and even just cobblestone and stuff, and then we can make some of these islands, like the texture, look even better. And after a little bit of time, we have some of the bottom islands textured, but I do kind of want to wait and see if we get any new blocks in the update before we do the rest of these, just because we don't have a great selection of blocks. And if we get things like moss and deep slate, I think it would make a lot of these islands look better, especially the middle one. But I do like what we've done with the mob island, I've kind of really tried to make it jungle-like, and there's some like brick walls hanging off the side. There's also the factory island, which I really tried to incorporate a bunch of like bricks, and I think that's andesite or granite. It's granite. In like the bottom island, which I think looks pretty good. And then there's also the enchanting island, which from a distance still looks pretty dull, and I'll probably have to work on it more, but it's like a mixture of andesite and like brick walls. So I think we'll leave the rest of these islands for a future date and hopefully get new blocks with the update. But one thing I do want to do is go and grab... Actually, we could go and grab some jungle leaves from the park. And then if we add some leaves around it, we can make this jungle island feel a little bit more green. And always, if you guys have any ideas of what to add to any of these islands, either like block design or just like buildings that we could add, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Now, before we end off this episode, there's a couple of last things that I want to do. First off, we can upgrade some minions again. We have like way too much gunpowder, so I think we're gonna upgrade our creeper minion to level 9 and 10. We can also upgrade our magma cube minion to level 8 and 9. We can also upgrade our pig minion to level 9 as well, and we now need only 22 more upgrades until we get the next minion slot. And then if we head over to the duck ponds, the last thing I want to do is continue our grind for the golden feather. We've spent way too many hours trying to get these ducks to drop their feather, and it has just not been happening. But I'm hoping if we take our hurricane bow, we should be able to shoot like multiple ducks at a time. Maybe not. I don't know. But either way, this counts as kills on our bow, so I guess we can try and upgrade this a little bit more while also trying to get the golden feather. We're gonna get it sometime. And with one more kill, that is a quadruple shot. So this bow is going to shoot 4 arrows at a time, which is not excessive at all. Well, that is another hour of killing ducks and still no luck getting this golden feather. I swear I've killed like another 1,000 or 2,000 ducks just in the past couple of hours. And they're just not giving us the golden feather. The good news is I was able to upgrade our hurricane bow to the final level. We got 250 kills on it, and it now shoots 5 arrows per shot, which is kind of overkill. And we're probably never gonna use it, but it's still cool to have a bow that shoots 5 arrows. It's gotta be soon. We gotta get this feather soon. Hopefully by next episode. And I think that's actually going to be the end of this episode. We did a lot in this episode. We got to Slayer level 6 and unlocked a bunch of cool new recipes. And yeah, overall, it was a pretty fun episode. We haven't really like crafted any new items recently, so that was really fun to do. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you all did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And other than that, hope you all have an awesome rest of your day.